Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beavermosh, and today I am talking to you about a madness and evil whisper from the Querétaro, Mexico-based The Pit. It's coming off of Personal Records, and, well, this is actually this band's first album in 15 years, but hey, better late than never, because this right here is a thoroughly impressive death thrash attack. The music here, it's ripping, it's fast, and it's intense, and also it can be subtly melodic at times without taking away any of those former qualities. It's still ridiculously raw and jagged and harsh and just a menacing death metal album in the purest form. On Visions of Doom Revealed, these rumbling drums introduce these thick, thrashy, meaty guitars with also some melody attached to them. Very, very early Swedish death metal sounding to my ears, while these vocal growls are quite brutal, but also equally tuneful. There is this massive syncopated passage where the rhythm section begins to violently play these jerking strike downs, carrying these fluttering licks on top, definitely designed to get the adrenaline going. This track immediately communicates to you that this album, exactly what you are about to get into, is not lacking in the aggression department. On Horror Substance, these bellowing, muddy chords are sustained, while the drums skip forward with a furious momentum. The band plays with these rhythmic contrasts very well on quite a few bits on this record, injecting a natural tension into the music. The guitars also come through with these fantastic, more groove-oriented death metal riffs. Has a nice stomp to it while being very grotesque and very ugly. And I also really enjoy these flickering hammer-on and pull-off licks. They're very slick and honestly kind of mesmerizing. It showcases the band's virtuosity a bit. Megalithic Imprisonment is a bit doomier, more atmospheric and solemn, and the vocals have this real cavernous echo to them. You can really feel the power behind them in the mix. The riffing here is a great place to really hone in and talk about the excellent buzzsawing tone on the guitars, especially here when the fiery tremolo sections take full swing. These punishing rolling riffs on Eyeless God of Death are just so nasty and ferocious, while the drums are keeping this incessant skip, and at the same time the band is incorporating some foggy lead work. It incorporates this dark, creepy texture for some nice flavor into the music. Some of the runs on this track have this kind of zigzagging feel, seems to call and respond from one speaker to another with these kind of winding riffs and these finicky drum patterns. And these dual, somber, melodic leads actually inject quite a bit of emotion into the track, while not at all taking away from the sheer madness and momentum of this thing. Chunky, palm-muted chug just inject so much muscle into a desolate sign, and that's especially true as they are paired with these double-tracked yells, just bringing in even more density into this monster of a track. But with this vicious meatiness of this track, the band still finds ways to put little melodic detailing, fit them into little corners of the track here and there. It's so interesting and fascinating how this band can be both of those things so easily at the same time. The thrash really moves to front stage on Eons of Hate. Crusty guitars, fast, thrashy riffs, and violent drumming are sure to make fans of thrash very happy. In the middle of these riffs, too, the band injects some circling technicality for some nice color, while the vocals here transform more into these tasty, enraged shouts that really fit the tone and the mood of this particular track. On Catacombs Vermin, the two guitars play these interweaving, complex, and harmonious runs together with this interesting phasing effect. It's really, really cool. These more psyche, I think maybe tapped licks have this vortex effect. It actually gives the track more of this spacey feel that I very much enjoy. I love how wicked the drums can feel on Venomous Entity, fast and frenetic, but the way the cymbals kind of ring out actually has this spellbinding quality, has this dark conjuring vibe to the percussion. The track is carried by these barreling chromatic tremolos that are tail-ended by these slower, sludgier parts and back and forth. And I really dig these gang shouts, inject so much rousing energy and power into the track here. Black Monolith, the closer here, is the longest track at over 7.5 minutes long, and it begins with this eerie, smoky introduction with these occultic calling guitars. But that's before everything just breaks open into a fury of crazed drum fills and unleashed riffing. Once again, these dual kind of counterpointing guitars and the harmonious effect that creates, it's really slick and honestly a selling point of this record, at least to my ears. And these clicky mechanical drums that still feel very loose and free. They just sound so good, and I had to at least mention them here. Crisp but grueling. Of Madness and Evil Whispers by the Pit just rummages through and keeps it interesting through its entirety. Lots of interesting things with rhythm, using melody while still combining that with a sheer ferocity. I don't find many weak moments on this record. Every track kind of has its own identity, a lot of variance in how the riffs are layered and combined. If you like death metal, if you like thrash metal, if you particularly like the kind of entombed brand and style of death metal, then I think you're going to enjoy this, and I suggest you check it out. And hey, if you like my reviews, if you like what I do, tell me, hit the like button. I have a Twitter you can follow. Link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel. Leave a comment. I love getting to engage with those. It means the world to me if you'd consider subscribing, and keep it metal. Hey, my name is Maddie, aka Beaver Mosh, and I am signing off.